It's weird when you're taking, you'll take 90 pounds off, so it's my turn, and I'm
Right,
like,
right, right,
come
right.
on, man, like everybody's looking at this, and then you'll pick me up, like I'm a grown man, and he'll pick you. You've done this a couple of times. You'll pick me up while I'm in the middle of doing some push-ups. It's like I'm a toddler.
Well, I'm just spotting you, man. That's all. I wouldn't pick you up. I'll just help you just get a little low boost, man, just so you can
Yeah,
hit the
nah,
weights
I'm
harder.
just messing with you. But I can appreciate your love for it, and I think that's the reason. The main point of us talking today is not so much about working out in itself, but it's about pursuing your dreams and pursuing your passion. One of the things that I tell everyone is that what I do for a living, I personally want to do, and I've been blessed to have the opportunity to be a pastor, and that's a beautiful thing. I love every minute of it. But even when it comes to playing, I love what I do when I'm able to play. And that's one of the reasons why me and Georgine get together to do this Life Matters, because we're pursuing a dream. We don't know where the dream may go, but we're pursuing that dream. And sometimes the dream costs us a little bit. Sometimes the dream isn't convenient. But I can tell you this, it's a fulfillment of joy. Like, it's a good joy to be able to wake up every day and say, I got this going, I've got that going, and my life is good. Like, I
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
my life. And that's a blessing to be able to say I actually enjoy my life. And if you're sitting out there right now and you hear, I can honestly say, and I'm not saying it in a bragging way, you should be able to hear the joy that's in my voice. You should be able to hear the joy that's in
Charles.
Charles's voice.
My name is Charles.
Yeah, well, I usually got a co-host, and her name is
Yeah, yeah,
Georgine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you don't, if you should be able to hear the joy, because we're pursuing what we were created to do. And it may not always look like, because I don't step behind a microphone 9 to 5 like I used to at one point in my life. Now this is something I do strictly for the pleasure of doing it, and it's great. And I think that's the key factor. Like, what you've said this to some degree, you've alluded to it, but if you were able to do this and not get paid a dime, you would do it and still actually survive. You know what I'm saying? And feed your family. If you had another source of income and you could train people for free, your passion with training, you would do it.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that's amazing, is that you got to look at that. Would you show up at your job today? If you're listening to this right now, would you show up to your job today and do it for free? And you want to get to a place and get to a point in your life where that's what it is. So no matter, no matter what you're doing, who you are out there, be motivated to pursue your dreams. And that's the main point of today's show, is that I want you to be motivated to get up, get out, and say, you know what, I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to pick up that camera. I'm going to do something of that nature, and I'm going to go out and just be happy, and just experience that joy of fulfilling that dream. Pick up the canvas and paint some pictures or write some poetry, whatever it is that's within you that you want to do. Get out and do it. This morning, I posted something on Facebook, and I thought about, like, 2 years ago today, I ran my first 5K, and I got shin splints and everything else, and it was 34 minutes, and it was just a horribly slow time. And like, just what, two
But you
weeks?
finished though.
Yeah, I did finish. It was painful, but I finished.
Right.
And I think it was, what, 2 weeks ago, the Race for the Cure, I finished 26:53, somewhere around there. And I finished. I've gotten to a point where I've finished some races at 24 minutes, and like, this is 3 miles where I'm from. Like, in the hood, we don't really run distance. Like, I might, you see some kids foot racing.
Where you from?
Yeah. But we just don't do that. That's not something that we do. And so I feel like I love the fact that now I can run 6 miles. Like, this morning I ran 6 miles, and my body feels fine. I'm okay. I didn't vision that. I never had a vision years ago that I would find joy in being able to run 6 miles. Now I'm scheduled to run in the Tulsa Run 15K, which is 9 miles. I'm still scared like of that a little bit, because that's longer. That's the longest distance I've ever had to run. And the reason why I mention that is I'm not talking just to talk about myself, but you have to reinvent yourself. You have to redo your goals. Like, every now and then you'll hit this point where you'll say, okay, I've gotten to a point where my body feels good with 6 miles. Now I'm going to 9 miles. And that's the same thing, where even if you find yourself in a job that you do love, but you have some mornings where it's just hard to get up, it's time to reassess your goals and do something new. Is that something that you find yourself having to do with people? Like, do you have clients who might come see you even though they've already lost the weight and they've been on track? Do they have to come and see you again maybe a year later to get more motivation?
And funny that you said it, man. I do have that a lot. I had a gentleman that who lose. We've been training since November 26th of last year, and to this point, he had lost 150 pounds.
That's oh wow.
And then, he left me for training, which is fine, 'cause I showed him a lot of the things he can do inside the gym without me, so he got better at that. But then he started gaining more weight, actually, because he was still on, dieting and everything, but he still needed the extra push, the extra motivation, so he just came back. So now we're working on toning and everything, because it is different levels, because sometimes when you lose weight, man, you got to put on the muscle. You can't be walking around flabby and everything, So yeah, people come to me all the time, man. I used to train in the past, come back to me now that they got to where they wanted to be. You know what I mean? To better themselves, like as you saying, transitioning over to the next level. It's always the next level in anything you do.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why you're here too, because I saw you at the park, and I just thought to myself, okay, I can't keep it in. If I have a goal, I have to talk to someone who's gonna hold me accountable to it.
Right.
Because I came to you, what was that, almost 2 years ago?
Correct.
And I came to you at 210 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal was to get under 200, and I was able to get under 200. And I'd already kind of had a little bit of a work ethic, regarding that. But, you gave me a little bit more motivation to continue on. And then so once I got under 200, now I'm at 185. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, the next goal is I have to work on my body fat percentage.
Right.
I have to go from 19%, now I want to go down to 12%. That's the new goal. So I figure, okay, well, I have to call someone who's going to hold me accountable. Accountability, when it comes to the clients that you have, how hard is it to keep certain clients accountable, like truly keep them accountable?
It's all in their head, man. I can only do so much as a trainer, a motivator, somebody who will help push you, but I can't pick you up and drag you out the bed, or I can't, if you had a long day of work, I can't pick you up from work and, bring you back to the gym. It's just, you have to be accountable for yourself, man. If you have a goal and that you want to do it, you got to do it. I can only do so much. So,
how often